I'm Vin Ebenau here with the Shore Sports Network at Matawan High School to preview the 2017 high school football season with head coach John Kaye. John, I know you had a down year last year after a good year the year before that. What kind of improvements have you been making to make sure this team gets back to the playoffs?
We've had an outstanding off season, so we trained very hard. We really developed some strength and conditioning. We really stressed that in the off season. And we've competed in every aspect of it. So, we've really taught our young men to be competitors in everything they do. So, our theme has been compete all year, and we've got a lot stronger than we were.
And you have some of those guys coming back, some of those starters returning. Do you think that helps you in trying to get back to winning?
Absolutely. The one thing about having a losing season, a lot of kids got a lot of playing time, so we got a lot of experience. That's not a regular thing around here in Matawan. In my years here, that's our first losing season. So, we know that that's not acceptable, and we're not going to tolerate it, and we're going to get better without a doubt.
So you think this season is going to be a turnaround, and last season was just an off
year?
year?
We believe so. We think last year was an aberration, and we got banged up a little bit, and we dealt with some other issues. But now we're strong in our numbers. Our kids are really working hard, and we're excited about getting through this scrimmage schedule and getting started.
What kind of improvements have you seen from the end of last season through the preseason from some of your players that kind of proves to you that they're ready to move towards a winning season again?
Well, even our opening scrimmage against Piscataway, last year they were a big physical club. They won the Central Jersey Group 5 title, and we kind of got physically handled a little bit. The other day, at least physically, we went out there and held our own. It wasn't like we got thrown around the yard, so we were stronger physically in that respect. We've moved Charlie Marsh to our offensive coordinator position, and he gives us a little different tempo in how we play, a little faster, and I think it's a good thing as well.
So you're going to be running a little bit more of a different offense this year?
Not really. To me, offense is offense. You run certain things. How you do it is, you still run the ball, block, and it's all the same thing. So how you do it, we'll do some two-back things. We'll do some spread things. And,
just similar but different.
Yeah. Well, we're different at quarterback, so it's a little different in that respect.
Now, who do you have coming in at quarterback this season?
Ryan Rodriguez is going to be our quarterback. He brings a sense of physicality to our quarterback position. He's been a linebacker for us, so we're a little more physically tough in the backfield with him, running the ball a little more.
How's he adjusting to the quarterback
Great.
position?
He's been tremendous. You know what? He went and grasped it, and he's run with it. He said, "Hey, I'm going to be the quarterback of this program," and he has really done a good job being a leader on the field.
How has he worked with the offensive line, the receivers, the running backs, in trying to transition to that?
Well, these guys know Ryan for a long time, and they have a lot of respect for him. So, as a leader, he steps in the huddle, and he commands respect immediately, being a two-year starter linebacker for us. So, he goes in there and he interacts with guys, and he has an expectation level of what we're going to do, and kids seem to be responding to him.
Some of your players would tell me that this is a very close type of group, and a group that works hard and relies on each other. Do you sense that as well? And do you think
very much so? We did a week at team camp at Bloomsburg University where we lived in dorms and we bunked up together and we ate together and we practiced together and we competed together, and a team camp situation really helps the team bond, and these guys genuinely care about one another, and they play for one another.
Now you remain in that tough division too, St. John Vianney, Robinson Fairhaven. So you had a success a couple years ago overall. So how do you plan to attack some of those teams? Is it a different approach to beating divisional rivals, or is it the same?
Nah, you're going to go out at every game the same way. We're going to try to win. Whether it's St. John's and Rumson or whoever it may be. I mean, you're in the A Central every week battle. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously those two programs have been the cream of the crop for the last couple of years. So, until anybody knocks them off the top of the hill, they're the king of the mountain. But, we'll go out there and ready to compete and have a game plan ready to try to tackle them.
You're in arguably one of the best divisions inside the entire Shore Conference. Do you feel that if you were in a different division, you'd have even more success, or?
I think a lot of people would argue their division is the best everywhere you go. So we'll play a couple teams outside the division. We'll find out. We play Ocean, we play Wall, and we'll see how we match up with those guys. But at the same time, our division is what it is, and we have to go at it, one snap at a time, one quarter at a time, and one game at a time. Play football.
those teams have good offenses. What does your defense have to do this year to make the stops when they need to?
We got to fly the football. We got to put 11 hats on a ball. We got to swarm like, we always say like ants on a sugar cube. You know what I mean? We got to fly around like crazy. And, we don't have to be big and we don't have to be strong. We got to be flying around. If we play aggressive like that, we'll be fine.
What are some of the position battles that you're most looking forward to watching in the preseason? I know you mentioned there's a new quarterback in town, but is there any new battles?
There's a couple battles on the offensive line for playing time. We've got probably 8 to 10 guys that can battle for 5 spots. So there's some real battles going on in there. Who's getting playing time before we settle on a cohesive unit in 5. Defensive front is going to be one that's in flux constantly. We'll rotate guys through there to keep fresh bodies. And our defensive backfield is pretty much set, but those guys still, when they're running routes too, at the same time, we got to get guys in and out. So our depth is critical to our success.
Who has impressed you, or a group of kids that have impressed you so far in the preseason in vying for some of those spots?
Right. Well, we played with a team camp, and 2 of our guys with 14 teams there got MVP awards. Amir Coleman was the outstanding offensive lineman at the Bloomsburg camp, and David Ogunbenro, who you spoke to, he was the outstanding defensive back at the camp. So those guys, were looking for big things from them, as well as Devin Williams, who is a linebacker, a running back, defensive back for us, and Devontae Span. So we think we have a good stable of running backs. We have some receivers that are game breakers on the outside. We got some size, and Noah Collin, he's about 6'3" or 6'4". David's about 6'3" or 6. So we got some big receivers, and we think we create some matchups.
Who would you say is an impact newcomer? Somebody maybe who didn't play a lot on varsity?
I think the guy that people don't know a lot about is David. David Ogunbenro hurt his back last year. He probably played in 2 games, and then he sat out the rest of the year. And he's going to be a guy that's really going to burst on, and he's going to be like, oh, where did this guy come from? He's a big-time player. He's very good.
And what about that glue guy? Is there one guy maybe above the rest who's that true leader who kind of keeps the guys focused on?
Mikey Karazinski, the guy you talked to first, he's our center. He kind of makes all our line calls, and he's in charge of all the things on the offensive line. And Mikey is the glue guy in the trench, both sides of the ball.
What would you say the X factor has to be this season for you guys to get back to winning and back to the postseason?
Blocking in the trench. The whole game of football still comes down to blocking and tackling and all that. So if we can handle a line of scrimmage and we can block up front, we have backs that can make things happen. We just got to get them to the line of scrimmage clean, and then we can make some things happen. So our interior 5 and our tight end getting some blocks, that's critical. Staying healthy is critical, and obviously not turning the ball over a bunch. So those are probably the most critical.
Have you seen your offensive line made the improvements that you would hope they would make?
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, we're getting off pretty good. We're mixing and matching some pieces yet until we find that 5 that works as one. And when we find that, I think we'll be pretty good.
Does the depth help you there as well?
Oh, absolutely, because they all understand the scheme, so they can play multiple positions. So one guy can be a guard or a center, next guy can be a tackle or a guard. They all understand the scheme, so it's pretty good in that respect.
From some of the players you lost last year to graduation or whatever, who would you say has the biggest shoes to fill in this year's team to replace one of those voids?
Well, replacing Mike McHugh at the offensive tackle position is huge. Mike McHugh was a big-time 2-way lineman for us, and replacing Derek Wiley at running back, who was close to 1,000-yard rushing for us. So those 2 guys are critical.
What has been your message to the team from the end of last season through the preseason about how to get things back on track and get back to winning?
Earn respect. Got to earn it. You come out here and when you're 2-8, you're not respected, and in order to be respected, you have to go out there and earn it every day. So we practice like we earn respect. We got to play with a chip on our shoulder like people don't respect us, and get after it.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thank you.